Before going into the review, I would like to thank Mr. Harmoko for once again lending me my first IEM from a brand I wanted to check out, but haven't gotten a chance until now. This is the first Tanchjim IEM I reviewed and perhaps the first one I tried too. Disclaimer, this set is a loaner, and everything I share here is 100% my own opinion on the Tanchjim for you. Thank you so much Mr. Harmoko for your continued support. Starting with the unboxing experience of the Tanchjim for you, the box is surprisingly small, smaller than what I thought it would be. Opening up the box reveals the layer of things included. A small, folded box that houses your paperwork and IEM pouch. The next layer is a foam insert with the Tanchjim for you inside them. And the last layer is the cable for the Tanchjim for you. They also include a tiny metal screwdriver for tuning the Tanchjim for you. I will talk about this in the dedicated section. Moving on, the design of the for you is quite beautiful as it has silver and chrome color scheme to them. The shape is quite small and the weight is quite light, while feeling quite solid due to the metal build of the for you. The tuning potentiometer is placed on the inside of the Tanchjim for you. Not quite sure how durable it is, since it is on the rather humid part of the ears. And it made of plastic, and the tool they included is a metal tool. I think over time the plastic will deteriorate, and the included tool might also accelerate the process. It is my concern from the first time seeing the for you in a Facebook post. Fitting wise, due to the small nature of the for you, I find them rather comfortable to be worn over a long period of time. The tuning, however, let's talk about it. The overall sound signature of the for you can be mild V, slightly mid-bassy, less sub-bass and no bass. I will talk about this more on the dedicated switch section of the video. Overall, the for you caters to a quite contrasting listening experience. Most of the time, I am leaning towards the atmospheric tuning, which is the mild V tuning. Perhaps the atmospheric setting has the most bass compared to the other setting, but compared to some of the other IEMs I have been trying these last few weeks, it feels slightly less bassy. Even though there aren't a lot of thump and rumble from the for you, I feel like the bass is pretty adequate to give a slight fun sound to songs listened with the for you. With the for you, I feel like listening to a lot of easier laid-back and slower songs. Perhaps it is due to my ears starting to fatigue, but it sure is a nice segue to the mid-range performance of the for you. Usually, slower songs like jazzy, classical genres have a lot of instruments that occupies the mid-range frequencies. The for you sounds rather full and natural, something for a lofi or perhaps Nicki Nicole album. Sounds rather nice and quite relaxing. Perhaps the mid-range and the vocal presentation isn't as warm as I would like, but they are quite easy to enjoy. However, the mids can come across as slightly thin with the Tanchjim for you. I wouldn't necessarily call this a drawback, as some professional monitoring IEMs can also sound a little bit thin. And the Tanchjim for you does have a dedicated monitoring tuning. I will address the tuning aspect in another section. Last but not least, the treble performance of the for you is quite forward and pronounced. Perhaps you could say that they are quite bright. They are not the brightest out there, but it is enough to give some sparkle to vocals and instruments. Your mileage may vary, of course. To be quite honest with you, I've been feeling very tired lately, and while testing the for you, I feel quite fatigued sometimes. Perhaps it is a good idea to take rest between sessions, but the show must go on. This is perhaps my reason to get the for you, if I would get one. It is not that I like switches now, but I do find the tuning provided by the 4U switches quite intriguing. Truthfully, out of the 4 tuning the 4U has, I'm only interested in 2. What are those tuning? Let's talk about it. The tuning I use the most while assessing the Tanchjim 4U is the atmospheric setting. I mainly use the Tanchjim 4U for recreational and casual music listening. I prefer this tuning because it offers a balanced mid-bass and sub-bass. As the name suggests, that the bass creates an atmospheric feeling, which is accurate. It makes the soundstage slightly wider, similar to my experience with the High Senior Van Gogh. My second favorite tuning of the 4U, not because it is the most fun sounding out of the bunch or because it is close to my target preference. However, if I would ever use it for professional use, including YouTube video editing, this tuning might be the tuning I choose for the task. I did not spend too much time with actual monitoring IEMs. However, I feel like it is as close to a monitoring IEM as it can get for something that you could enjoy for regular use and monitoring use in this price range because the volure exists. Other than the 2 mentioned before, honestly, I do not really use this tuning nor the next one. The pop is the second most bass out of the 4 tuning. It has slightly lessened sub-bass and a little bit of mid-bass. I honestly prefer sub-bass more than mid-bass, but I do get that some people would like this tuning. It is quite fun, making pop songs sounds fun, engaging and lifting. Perhaps suitable for those who listen to Taylor Swift, K-pop and other pop songs. The third, least bassy setting of the 4U. Perhaps if you like classical or mid-centric tuning, the natural might be for you, as the natural tuning pushes most of the bass while leaving plenty to give some bass to songs. The soundstage is reasonably wide, not the widest, but certainly not the narrowest. The imaging is good, with instrument positioning and other elements being very pronounced. While it is not the most resolving IEM available, it certainly offers a good value for its price and the other aspects discussed in this video. I think they have a similar tuning overall, but the 4U may sound a little bit bright and a little less bassy. Like most of my comparisons, I can't really choose between one or the other. The Tanchjim 4U offers the flexibility of tuning and the monitoring setting is quite interesting to me. However, the Kefine Delci is way more fun and relaxing to listen to. I think if you prefer punchy and thumpy bass, the Delci might be a good option for you. Speaking of bass, my Truthear Zero Red barely get any mention these days. Since my last review on them, I have changed the cable to EPZ's mic cable from the Q1 Pro. Why? Because I use the Zero Red for basically anything. But I digress. The Zero Red is also slightly less bassy compared to the Kefine Delci. However, it does feel like they are comparable to the Tanchjim 4U. The bass performance of the Zero Red is quite more refined, giving that fast bass. It is also worth noting that the Zero Red is a dual dynamic driver, and the 4U is a single dynamic driver, so take it with a grain of salt. On the upper end, the Zero Red feels a little bit dull and lacking in clarity. To recap, the Tanchjim 4U is the brightest, the Delci has the most bass, and the Zero Red is the most natural. In my opinion, the Tanchjim 4U exhibits the best perceived technicalities out of the 3, and maybe the most comfortable. The Tanchjim 4U is a single dynamic driver that costs around $70. Fun fact, this is actually the first time I reviewed an IEM from Tanchjim. It has 4 tuning and can be adjusted with a potentiometer on the inside of the IEMs. I do have concerns about this decision, but oh well. The tuning affects the bass performance of the 4U. Monitoring has the least bass and atmospheric has the most bass. The Tanchjim for you has a rather bright, mid-forward sound to them. The bass is adequate for general enjoyment, but perhaps does not suit those who want a lot of bass when listening to music. I quite enjoy the tuning of the For You, and I feel like it is quite an interesting IEM to have. I am mostly interested in the monitoring settings. As for the ratings, I give the Tanchjim For You a B+ for tonality, and another B+ for Technicalities. Perhaps if you are looking for a mid-centric, mild V tuning IEM with tuning switches, the Tanchjim For You might be a great candidate. That is it. That is my review of the Tanchjim For You. Thank you so much for everyone that has supported me to this day. Thank you Mr. Hanoko for lending me the Tanchjim For You and Kefine Delci in for review. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.